Big fat booty on the shelf. Yeah, we were talking about how impressive Mac Lethal is, but then Ari goes, yeah, but you got to read the words.
Otherwise, you have no idea.
Yeah, so
he could be making everything up.
So in that sense, he's gone too far. He's like triple F tits.
You can't sing along with that.
No.
The triple F tits.
Yeah,
Exactly right.
He went crazy.
We're like, I like big boobs. Like, oh, do you like this much big boobs? Like, all right, maybe
those
I
girls
don't.
who crush beer cans with their fake boobs. You ever seen those?
Yeah.
You ever seen those? They line up beer cans and just smash them with the weight of their tit. It's like the most unsexy thing ever. It's like this hypersexuality gets morphed into this weird distortion.
It's a sexual version of when your dad catches you smoking. He's like, now smoke the whole pack if you like cigarettes so much.
That's exactly what it is. Look at this one. Watch this gal. She's got her tits and she smashes these beer cans. Dude, could you imagine?
Of course, they're Foster's fucking bogan. Of course, this is goddamn Australian shit.
That's hilarious.
She's straight from Tassie.
Look at those fucking hands. Look at Steve Harvey.
Oh, it's not Australian.
It's the Steve Harvey show. They just went with Foster's.
He's staring because she's got to be Australian. That's why they went with Foster's. That kind of behavior.
Maybe they just wanted a big can.
Big cans smash big cans.
Yeah, big cans.
Maybe.
Foster's, those are giant cans.
Yeah, they are.
Maybe Budweiser didn't want any part of it, so they couldn't get a Bud Tall Boy.
By the way, you know nobody in Australia drinks Foster's.
No, they don't, right?
They don't even have them available in most bars.
Really?
Yeah, it's not even like Bud Light where nobody really drinks it, but
How sneaky.
It's just marketing. Everything's marketing.
What is a beer? Like, our beer is... Pabst Blue Ribbon is kind of fun. Because it's so white trash.
Yeah.
You pull out a can of Pabst. Like, I'll drink a can of Pabst at the store sometimes. Like,
at the store?
Yeah.
What do you mean, like at the supermarket?
No, comedy store.
At the comedy store. I was
At
like,
the store?
I was like, what, like while you're
I
shopping?
go in with flip-flops on.
You garbage white trash.
I go in with flip-flops on, boxer shorts, fuck it, wife beater, drinking a gigantic Pabst Blue Ribbon.
That's normal Australian life, though, dude. That's
Yeah.
a quarter of the men would do that kind of shit. Like, well, I'm shopping for other snacks.
Yeah. I love it over there. I really do. They're great people.
If you were going to ask, their beer like that is VB.
VB.
Yeah. That's their
If there was another country that I would live in besides America, or besides the United States, it would be Canada. And if there's another country I'd live in besides Canada, it would be Australia, for sure. And Canada, because it's right
Canada's
there.
too cold.
Not Vancouver.
Vancouver's too cold as well.
You can handle it, son.
I could handle it.
You're a traveling man.
Yeah, I skipped fucking winter so I
Yeah.
could go traveling. Oh, you're saying I can travel.
Man.
Yeah, you're
because
right.
if you're just not there in the rainy season, which is like 9 months, the other 3 months are amazing.
I was doing the math on New York the other day of like saying how many actual months of nice it is, and it's really a 6 and 6.
Yeah.
Not even 9 and 3.
No, it's not 6 and 6. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, there's some rugged days in those nice months too. You know, those 6.
Yeah.
Like if you go like, it's really probably 9, but there's 3 months that are super sketchy.
Super sketchy.
You can get snow in April.
We got snow in April this year.
Yeah, that's annoying.
I was in Australia and they were like, it's snowing in New York. I'm like,
That's a Prince song, by the way.
Snow in April?
Sometimes it snows in April.
Is that about cocaine?
One of his more sensitive ones. No.
Oh, it's not.
It's about sadness.
Oh.
Yeah. I used to listen to it when I was delivering newspapers.
He was great. You know, Mark Norman had a theory that was proven wrong, I guess, that Prince, when he died of the last of the 80s AIDS. Yeah, he said he's been fighting it hard because of the money, but he got it back then.
How dare he?
Everybody's fucking everybody.
That's actually fucked up. He died from fentanyl, man. They all died from that fentanyl shit.
God.
That stuff kills everybody.
They're testing drugs now at music festivals.
They should.
They did it in Australia when I was there. They do it in the UK in some places where you just come in, they chip off the smallest amount, and they text you
if it's okay.
if your stuff is safe or not.
Oof.
And then it's way safer to do it than just fucking passing around fentanyl.
God damn it. They need deregulation. They just do. They just need deregulation. You're not saving anybody by making drugs illegal. You're just making it difficult to get good drugs. That's all you're doing. You're not stopping people from doing drugs. In fact, when they legalize things, often teen use goes down because it doesn't become so attractive anymore. People are stupid, all right? We're wired fucked up. And if you tell us we can't do something, that's the thing we want to do. That's just how it is.
I will say, to be fair, legalization of drugs would make more people do it. I would have to think it would.
Psychologically, they say no when they've done studies.
There's some people that wouldn't normally do it, but like, well, there's a store right there. All right, I'll get some.
I don't know about that, man. I think it normalizes after a while. I think it starts off like that in the beginning, but I think what that is the residual effect of making it prohibited. The residual effect. But then once it becomes legal, like alcohol, If you're 21, you don't walk by CVS and go, I could just go buy it. Why don't I just go get some whiskey? Dude, I'm in...
But way more people drink than do drugs.
Right, but they don't do it because it's like a new thing.
No, not because it's new, but because it's so easy to get that it's just there. I'm saying, you got to think some people that never would have done it. I have conservative friends from high school that never would do it, but if it was on the same level as alcohol in 20 years, they'd be like, I guess I want them to do it.
I don't know if it's worse. I really don't.
Not worse. I won't say it's worse. I'm just saying there's some people who would. But I think overall, you end up getting a lot less people, like total numbers, to do it.
I think things would normalize. I really do. I think we have there's a responsibility that I think society has to this fucked up prohibition that we know is ridiculous. We have too much information now. We know too much about people to make things prohibited when you make other things that are just as dangerous legal.
Right, so it's all a fucking farce.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. When alcohol's legal and marijuana isn't, or alcohol's legal and mushrooms aren't, you're talking nonsense. People drink themselves to death every day.
Your liver effects.
Every day. Not just liver effects. Alcohol poisoning. Thousands of people every year die from alcohol poisoning.
Dude, you can't do mushrooms that much.
You can't die from it. You can't.
But it'll just stop working on you. You won't do anything.
Exactly.
You have to keep doubling the dosage.
Yeah.
By the end of the week, you'll be doing like a pound of mushrooms.
And that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, do that. Your shits will be crazy.
Well, Dennis McKenna, who I had on last week, his brother Terrence had that theory about human evolution. And it's a very compelling theory. And
the mushrooms make human evolution.
They might have caused it. That might have been one of several factors. There's several factors. One of them is climate change. Like the monkeys had to move down from the trees because there was no food left, and the grasslands had taken over where the rainforest had been, just because of climate change. But that was the same period where all these ungulates lived. So all these cow-like creatures shit all over the place. The mushrooms grew on them. These monkeys that were experimental, the human monkeys, started eating these things, and then started developing language skills, more sophisticated hunting, better visual. Because the visual perception, especially with low doses, it actually increases acuity. It's been proven in scientific, double-blind, placebo-controlled studies. Yeah, it increases visual acuity. Increases your ability to recognize when things are shifting. Say if you have two lines and one of them slightly shifts, like maybe a 0.5% angle, the people that were on mushroom can see it.
You ever see a clock and be able to see the minute hand move? Like get zoned in, where you can like slowly sort of see it move? I've done it a couple times, but no, it's when I was little. But yeah, that's what that kind of acuity. Yeah, we can like.
My vision sucks now, dude. When I look at a clock, I look at like that clock right now. Like I look at that little one right there.
Yeah.
I look at those are big numbers.
You can't see those?
I can see them. I know that's 12.
Wow, that's so close. That's 4 feet away.
But now, look at this. Bam! Now I can see all the dots. I can see everything.
Get the surgery.
No, it's not that. It's close. It's nearsightedness. It's what happens when you get older. It's just macular degeneration.
This is too near for you?
No. Things that are near don't look as good. That's like a good medium distance, but farther things look exactly the same.
Okay, yeah.
It's a slow degeneration of your eyesight to age. My friend who's remember my friend Steve Grant? He's an ophthalmologist. He's like, there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
Dr. Steve with the skier?
Yeah. On the US ski team.
He told me some great advice that we'll share with everyone. We were talking about, on my podcast, we were talking with him about the hours they put in. And I was like, if you're putting in 10 hours, you can't be as good at 4:30 as you are. He goes, you should never make a doctor appointment in the afternoon. They're tired. They're not giving you the best one. Yeah. He's like, always make a morning appointment. Just have a coffee, like, all right, let's start.
Dude, I had this guy, Dr. Matthew Walker, a couple weeks ago. He's a sleep specialist. He was talking about how important sleep is. And one thing in common with a lot of people that suffer from Alzheimer's is they get like 3-4 hours sleep a night. They were those get up and go type people. Their brains wind up short now. He's saying that sleep is unbelievably important. It's one of those podcasts, you listen to it and it literally will change your behavior.
I don't know if it would change my behavior, but I sleep so fucking much.
It might.
I just stay in bed for like 5 hours sometimes after I wake up. I'm like, what's the point?
You're living the life, Archie, in a lot of ways.
It's cold out.
I've told everybody, man, out of all my friends that, quote unquote made it, that became successful, you went the full whole hog. You're like the one who never got caught in any of the trappings. You got snipped. You said, fuck it, I want to live in New York. You said, fuck it, I want to disappear in Asia for 3 months. they tell you to do something with your TV show, and you're like, "Fuck you, it's over." And then, I mean, you're really doing what everybody wants to do. I have one "fuck you" moment ever like that. Really, is when I had a book deal and I gave them the money back. And like they were trying to fuck with it too much. I was like, "This is annoying."
Doesn't it feel
Take
good
your money
to do
back.
that?
It felt great.
But
I've only done it really once. Yeah.
Dude,
you're
feel
excellent at it.
I feel more free than anyone around. I look around at this Matrix level. I'm like, why don't you guys have more freedom for yourselves?
Yeah, you've got the most freedom out of all my friends.
We were talking about it with Bert and Renazisi, and they were like, we were talking about what if we envy of each other's lives, you know, the family life was my whatever life, and they were like, Bert was like, what do you think I envy about you all? Huh. I was like, it's my freedom. And he was like, I have just as much freedom as you. And I was like, I just started laughing. I was like, what are you talking about?
What the fuck are you talking about? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. He was like, what do you mean? Renazisi had to explain it to him. He goes, Bert, Ari could just, from here, just go away.
Not call anybody.
Yeah, just go from here. Whatever he's got, just go away.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
If you didn't tell me you were going and you vanished for a few months, I would call the police.
You would?
Yeah, because I would worry about you. But once you tell me, like, I'm going to go to Asia, I'm like, all right, dude, I guess I'll talk to you when you get back.
People got so worried. They're like, what happens if we get arrested? I'm like, I'm going to do the time, bro. I don't know. I'll figure out a way to get to the embassy, maybe. But
if you just vanished,
yeah,
you kind of have a little bit of responsibility for people that care about you.
Yeah.
You don't want to hurt their feelings. And fuck with
just
them.
let the word out.
Yeah, if you could just tell them, hey, I'm going.
Yeah.
Then they have to deal with. They might miss you, but they just have to deal with it. They don't have to like freak out like what happened to Art.
Yeah, I told my parents was going to disappear all that.
That's good. Yeah. You got to tell your parents. But certain people, fuck it, let them figure it out.
Yeah, my manager got so mad. She was like, you can't not tell me where you're going and not be able to reach you. I'm like,
I definitely can.
I'm doing that. She goes, that's not. I was like, if it makes you feel better, I'm not telling my mom how to reach me. She's like, that doesn't make me feel better.
There's something to what you did, though. I think that's. You felt like a little different to when you came back.
Really?
Yeah. Like you had just, you'd had so many experiences. I think
putting face away, responsibility was.
I'm reading this book, The Talent Code. You ever heard of it? It's a really interesting book where they analyze performers in different venues, like different things that they do, different sports, different arts.
Similarities.
Yeah.
Greg Jackson's into that.
Who? Greg Jackson? Yeah. It's an amazing book, I think, for anybody. And it makes you really realize, first of all, how many sets you should be doing. You should be doing a ton of long sets. The most time on stage you have, the better. It's very critical. Like the longer.
Why do you think long sets are?
Because it's an hour, like you're going to perform with your headline.
Right.
The most you can do those, the better. Because you really, that's a different thing. When you do a weekend, don't you feel like you do Thursday, Friday, Saturday at a comedy club? Saturday night, late show, you're fucking colliding.
I'm ready to fire. And if I do like the third straight week of 5-show weekends, then it's like by the end, it's like, oh, you guys are getting a wonderful show right now.
Dude, you just get smooth.
Yeah.
One of the smoothest I ever got was I did that Maxim tour with Charlie Murphy and Capron. And dude, we did 22 dates in a month. We were just traveling. Woo! You just go on stage. You're like in this Zen state. You're doing so much stand-up.
That's how I come back from Edinburgh.
Yeah.
You just 25 straight days, an hour a night, and then you're like, you have to tweak it a little when you get home, but like, it's just like you're there. You're just doing it over and over again, all the way. I think in the beginning of stand-up, when you're starting, I think lots of sets are good because then you learn how to win over a crowd a bunch of times. So three new crowds is better than one 45-minute set.
Completely agree.
But then, once you're doing it longer, it's like, look at like form your hour.
Well, this is what I was getting to with that Talent Code book. A lot of it is on development of skills. It's talking about how many amazing Brazilian soccer players came out of this one area and they were trying to figure it out. And they realized, they have this other game that they play with a smaller, heavier ball, and it's harder. And so they do that game, and it's like in close confidence. They'll do it in like a room, like a small room, like this room. They'll play the soccer game, and they get amazing footwork and movement because of that. Because they're in such close quarters, they're very fast.
Yeah.
And so they take those skills and apply them to soccer, football, whatever they call it. And it's fucking amazing how much they excel.
Yeah. This is what I'm talking to some of those roast battle guys. There's all these roast battle guys, and they're not like as developed on stage as they are for those roast battles.
Yeah.
But some of them, like Joe Dosh, people like that, they kill on those roast battles. So then it's like, what do you do? So I was talking to Eli Sayers, who's like unified champ, and we figured out like you just take those roast style jokes and apply them to the guy next to you in traffic or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you're pretty much just roasting any topic, you know, that comes up.
Yeah.
But you just got to leave that shit eventually.
Yeah, no, I think that's
it's good training.
Cross-training.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's things like that with everything, and I think with you, what I was recognized, I was like, oh, he's just sort of like data crunched all these cultures over 4 months. Like you came back with like, you had like less patience for stupidity and more like a more expanded it's hard to gauge someone's understanding of the world, but the way you talked about things, it's like you had a more expanded view of things. You're like, well, you know, this is just America. You know, like your perspective is like, you got everybody who thinks that this is the world, you're crazy. This is just America. We spend so much time in this bubble, but when you were out there for like 4 months, you came back. It was almost like you were like, oh. And I think as a human, and I think this is one of the things that happens bad to comedians when they become successful. It's one of the reasons why they drop off. They get really famous, really powerful, because they don't take any new experiences. Because they don't take any risks, because too many people like them when they go on stage.
I know that. Play to your own crowd.
Play to your own crowd is terrible, but also, play to your own crowd is your fault. Here's why. You should know if your stuff is good, and you should be working on it. Yeah. You should be listening to your recordings. You should listen to them and go, is this something that I would want to pay to see? And if it's not, let me fix it. Because, like I'm in the stage right now, the writing the Max stage. Max terrible right now.
Yeah.
I still have the old material that I'll have to abandon when October comes around, the special airs. But until then, I'm just developing shit, and the new stuff is like, I've got 6 new minutes that are a lot of stuff is just fucking super clunky. But if you don't do it, if you don't scare yourself, and if you don't experience new things, you don't have, you have to know whether your stuff's any good. Okay, and if you're not looking at it, not paying attention, it happens to a lot of famous comedians. Their specials, as they get older, get softer, and there's just Kinison was always my favorite because he's one of my all-time. If not, he's like Pryor and Kinison to me. Like that's my Mount Rushmore, you know, and Lenny Bruce just for creating. But I have an idea what But when you watch early Kinison, he was a fucking monster.
Yeah, he was the best.
Monster.
He was the best.
He was the best.
And it was such a short time, but with him it wasn't like sustained success. It was like a quick drop. It was like, oh, he went crazy.
He went crazy. He's hanging out with Bon Jovi and doing blow and banging strippers and being that guy. Being that rock star comedian guy. And he didn't write anymore. You can tell he was getting by on songs and dances. You know, he was just like show business.
He was doing almost a caricature of himself.
Exactly.
Remember the Todd? So he went crazy, right?
No, the Todd got me into the store.
Really?
He's the reason I got into the store. Wow. He told me how to do it too. He told me you're going to do that with your friends. Sit next to Mitzi when your friends on stage laugh hard, and Mitzi will go along with you. Oh. Dude, he did that. He sat right next to Mitzi.
Oh, wow.
And he told Mitzi, he goes, Mitzi, this kid's fucking hilarious. She goes, oh, okay, I'll watch him.
She just sort of believed it.
And I got lucky. I had a great set. But the Todd was probably the loudest voice in the room. He was in the back laughing his ass off.
Wow.
So I do that for anybody.
You did. I know you did. McGuire and whatever else.
Anybody.
Yeah.
If you were performing for Mitzi, I had to sit next to Mitzi.
I used to sit next to her where my friends would showcase just so these fucking cockblocks wouldn't come in and try to talk to her.
That's true too.
And she's like, what are you doing?
Oh, in the middle of sets, someone performing for their future. Auditioning to the queen.
Got 52 minutes there. Just leave her alone. So you just have to block.
You get 3 minutes in front of the queen of comedy.
Yeah.
And these fucking cock blockers.
So, the Todd, okay, here's what I was going to say about that. He was just like, this kid's a bigger character. So he went crazy, but before he went crazy, there was a thing he used to do where he would go to the bartenders and take, like, glasses off, and then just, like, staring them down and just chuck it in the garbage, just to, like, fuck with them, you know? And then when he went crazy, I mean, literally crazy, he sort of half remembered doing that, but different parts, so he'd just take them and kind of, like, throw them in the garbage, but not kind of even know why he was doing it. He was just like a hollowed out version of that. That's how Kinison was. He was like, oh, yelling, right? Like, no, man, have rage. Not just yelling.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense anymore. There was no point. It was just, he was just trying to perform and ride the wave. Yeah. But in the beginning, he was angry.
So good.
He was so angry.
They asked him, how come you don't make fun of men as much as you make fun of women? He goes, because a man has never wanted to make me drive my car into a tree.
Remember when he used to play that song? I want my fucking records back! I want my records back! I hope you slide under a gas truck and taste your own blood! Die! Die!
Yeah,
Fuck,
man,
dude.
it was good.
Well, you believed it. He was this short, fat, ugly guy who was just screaming at the world for all his pain. You knew he was in pain. And then when he wasn't in pain anymore, it wasn't fun. When he wasn't in pain anymore, that he was like, he's just this superstar. It just didn't work as a superstar. It's weird.
Yeah. So you're saying a lot of these guys don't enter into new experiences?
You have to have new challenges, new experiences. You have to be excited. You have
to be excited about
new
something.
New thoughts. And I think that much like these Brazilian soccer players from, what is his name, Daniel Coyle? What's the author's name? Daniel Coyle. When he talked about these Brazilian soccer players playing in this tight room, the skills they developed in this really tight environment helped them in the big game. I think life is like what the training ground for stand-up is. And if your life is the same boring shit, calling your agent, what do we got for me? You got a script for me?
Where are you drawing from?
You don't have any, where's your real world?
Yeah,
Where's
you
your
really
real world?
can't talk about that Hollywood shit. It's boring and people don't relate to it.
Some people, look at Kathy Griffin, that's all she talks about.
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, I mean, but it's okay for her. I mean, that's her thing. She likes to do it.
Yeah, sure.
People who like her like it. It's no big deal, but not for me. It's not for me, and not for you.
I want to relate to someone coming to see my show.
But you want to relate to yourself, too.
Right. Have things to be like, oh, let me share this with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to do stand-up that you would think.
Yeah, right.
Which is hard.
Be conscious of the audience all the time.
Yeah, man. Because, you have to figure out why you're doing what you're doing, too. Like, am I doing what I'm doing just to get a laugh? Or am I doing what I'm doing because I would actually like it?
Yeah.
Just because I know it's working doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah. And with that, with traveling over, whatever, it's like half of it was like, let me get some new experiences to draw from. The other half was, let me just challenge myself in moments.
Yes.
So I can practice overcoming things.
Yeah. It's a crazy business, man. It's a crazy business, and unless you're on top of your own thoughts,
you got to be up on yourself. It's like college stuff from high school, where they're like, look, they don't care in college. They're going to let you fail. They're not going to say, where's that report? You know?
This is even more intense. This is
it's
working
like
for some really high-pressure corporation.
But not even understanding it. If, at least in college, you'd be like, oh, I gotta do this homework. They're like, oh, okay, I get that. If you're like, I can't, I gotta go over my set. Like, well, do it later. What do you mean? What? Fine. What if you have to do? You don't have to up again.
Well, not only that, who would you talk to try to explain it? There is maybe 1,000 of us on Earth.
Artists know.
Yeah, there you go.
If you can explain, like, so my thing is when
But if you talk about like how many headliners are there on Earth? Is there 1,000?
I mean, we're not talking cruise ships.
No.
We're talking about
someone who can get a special.
Right.
Someone who Comedy Central would watch or Netflix would watch.
Who
or
is a big category of getting a special.
Yeah.
Probably not 1,000.
So that's not a lot of people. It's a shit small amount of people for an awesome job. So you got to figure out, well, why? Why is it such a small amount of people? Because it's a bloody fucking catastrophe leading up to success.
There's no chance of money early on. Not even a chance.
Dude. And
you go and go, I'm going to make it. It's like, okay, if you're on a fast track, it's going to be 7 years.
If you're on the fast track.
Yeah, if you're on the fast track. Like, it ain't around the corner, dude.
And you're subject to bombing and, like, jump off a bridge bombing at any one of those years.
Oh, yeah, jump off the bridge bombing. I'm trying to explain this how the cold sweats were and how it's like, you're almost like out of it. You feel the sweat, but it's like you're shivering at the same time.
You know what was the worst for me? Laying in bed at night after the show. Going over it.
Everything that went wrong.
Gut-wrenching.
Embarrassing. Embarrassment.
Beyond embarrassment. Beyond embarrassment. Just ruthless destruction of your self-esteem. Oh, fuck. And there's a lot of people that just won't go back.
Why would you? That's one theory. What's before theory? Hypothesis. Because I haven't proven it at all of why there's fewer women in stand-up. Because my friend, who's a researcher, like women's development, Rachel Simmons, wrote books on it. She said that women, just, I don't know if it's, I forget if it's sociologically or physically, probably sociologically, are less able to accept rejection early on. It just it doesn't go with who they are. And so they just like don't do those things. And so you have to push them. If you have daughters, you have to push them to like try and fail, failure things to succeed. But early on in stand-up, it's only failure.
Yeah.
So if your gender is less into that, less taking that like outside rejection or something, you're like, I don't want to do this.
That
I mean, we
sounds
didn't want to do it.
Sexist as fuck, and I have to denounce you now publicly.
That's fair.
I have to go on Twitter and tell everybody that you are supporting gender stereotypes.
You gotta say it
piece
differently.
of shit.
Men have forced women to not be able to accept rejection.
Yes.
We put them in this category where they can't accept rejection.
Perfect. Which proves that men and women are equal. What?
So when they've been socialized by a patriarchy to not accept that, then they go into an environment where it's only failure, and they go, I don't want to do this.
I think if I had to guess, I think stand-up is at least 20 to 25% harder for women. This is why.
Okay.
I think there's subjects that, especially when you're starting out, men don't want to hear from you in the audience.
Okay.
Men don't want to hear about politics. You have a bigger hurdle when it comes to points of view, politics, or advice. Anything where a woman is like a guy can get on stage and say, listen guys, you want to fucking get your life in order, you got to stop, blah, 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 and then the joke set up and then go on. But a woman would have a hard time giving advice.
Okay,
being accepted by meatheads, right? It's like,
I'll say this might be true because when I see young comics, this is not like gender, just young comics talking about politics, what's got to change, part of me goes, like 26-year-old, part of me goes, shut the fuck up. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So anyone 26 would have to deal with it.
Yes.
And I think women have some that shit too.
yeah, they have
Like,
that.
I don't want to hear this from you.
And then they have that deep into their 30s and 40s because men don't want to hear from chicks about politics. Oh, let me guess, you fucking wish Hillary won? Jesus, that's a shocker. You know, there's like this gender like biases that a lot of men have about a woman getting on stage, talking, controlling all the attention. They don't like it. You know, a lot of men have this. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm just being honest about instincts. There's an instinct to not like it.
Yeah. There's another reason too. It's that it's Taylor's theory, which I like, is that women on stage early on. Oh, this is why it's harder for men. Just the first 6 months or so. Women,
Harder for men?
Just the first 6 months. Women are used to people looking at them, and for men, it's this weird new thing where it's like, why are you looking at me? It's strange. Showing the first like right away at open mics, like early on, women are way more comfortable on stage than men. For the most part. And then that it evens out. Those first few months, it's this thing of like, this is not a comfortable thing. Women, it's a negative that I deal with that their whole life. Feel like people are staring at them all the time.
I think we struggle with this idea of like saying that I think it's harder for women, I think it's harder for men.
It's a generalization.
Yeah, it's
too.
a generalization.
Like overall, and there's some it's harder for. There's some men it's way easier for. But see, that's when they black and white it. That's when you fucking ruin all the arguments.
I agree
it's just like 10% harder, 50% harder. I think one of the reasons it is harder career-wise for, I mean, almost all women is because success too early can hurt you in the long run. If you start thinking I'm good instead of thinking you're terrible, you don't work as hard. That's just human nature thing.
Why more for women than for men?
Because we're in such a category of needing women performers that we go earlier and earlier in development in order to fuck them up. Because if I need to put a woman on TV, you know, and there's, you know, this developed women, Silverman, like, I ain't doing it. I don't want to. Tskuba, yeah, sure, okay. So you have to get someone, you have to show somebody at home your own, the version of yourself.
Right.
And if there's women viewers, you gotta put a woman. You know, if you have a lot of comics. But if I'm getting this as a single individual performer, if I'm getting something 5 years in, and I start going, yeah, I'm pretty fucking good, I don't have to work this hard. You know, when I start getting more and more things, I work less and less hard. It's another reason why celebrity comics aren't as good as non-celebrity comics. But if you start getting stuff, you start like, I don't need to work that hard to get it. If you have to study for an hour to get an A, you know what I mean, then why would you study for 7 hours?
Right.
An hour gets you there. Yeah. So if you start getting successes, career-wise, like monetarily, you stop working as hard on the artistic part of it.
You can. You can stop.
Yeah.
I think you're 100% right.
Yeah. So
that's the drop-off.
Yeah. It sort of does them a disservice as an individual to get stuff, but at the same time, you want to. So I mean, as a former booker, all you got to do is look harder to get qualified. But go to Indianapolis, find this pattern. You know what I mean? They're out there.
Yeah.
But to prop somebody up who doesn't quite deserve it only hurts them in the long run.
Yeah, there's the problem also is that you want to find a certain number. Like comedy should be almost totally egalitarian.
Yeah.
It should be just performance based.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if a club has a developmental project like Wendy does, the Comedy Works in Denver, then it might not be a bad idea to have all girl classes. I bet that would give you a fun for anybody who feels uncomfortable and wants to learn how to do stand-up with all
That's one of the
girls.
reasons it's harder for chicks early on is because there's creeps in open mics.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not weeded out like they are clubs. Clubs, so we're like, get out of here. We don't want you here. At open mics, it's any fucking freak that's there. And man, that is not a fun experience to deal with.
That's
I think that drives you off the most right away, early on.
Fuck yeah.
It's shitty, nobody's good, and then also I got this fucking smelly guy fucking leering over me.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
100%. Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's nightclub creepiness plus crazy people.
Yeah.
So you have regular nightclub creepiness, and then you have open mics. There's always a certain percentage of people that are insane.
It's literally insane.
Yeah.
Homeless people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they get to go up like, what? I'm trying. I'm really trying.
Use the same mic. They use the same mic.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, who knows what kind of shit you're getting off that mic on an open mic. And the store, especially back in the day, they didn't fix nothing with that mic. That thing was growing all kinds of shit on it. At least it didn't have a foam at the top like this does.
To hold.
I had to change the foam because it smelled like breath. I was like getting up in there. I was like, I smell a person on this thing.
We had a mic that smelled so bad at comps this weekend that I mentioned to Simone, and it was like both like it was taking us out of it. Like 30 minutes in, usually get used to it. He said he was holding the mic different, regular metal one, holding it different so he could get it away from his nose.
Who was there before you?
I don't know. I think it was all of us, just like breathing on it wrong.
Spitting on it. Yeah, these foam things are disgusting. You know, some people have those circles. I had those circles for a while, those spit shields, but it seems so pretentious.
Oh, those seem weird.
They seem pretentious.
The big. Yeah. Those seem weird.
Pop filters. Yeah. They seem super pretentious. They seem like, what are you doing, stupid? Hula hoop in front of your face.
So I had a couple ideas on acid at this music festival. One I want to run by you, and then one, it was a fun time, by the way.
What music?
Firefly in Delaware, Boston, New York, and then just like laying down on my back, trying to keep my eyes open. So I think my friends went off to the bathroom, like, you'll be here. I'm like, I'll be right here. I'm not going anywhere right now. And so keep my eyes open, look at you like, what's wrong with you? You know, let's just see a few stars. Be out of it, eyes open, but just out of it. And then everyone's, I fucking love music festivals, man. You come out of it, and there's some fucking guy dressed like a wooden nymph walks by you, and you're like, what the fuck? It's great. Anyways, then I just heard somebody go, I never want to get that fucked up. I'm like, fuck. So I had this idea. You know, I do those album breakdowns, my podcast, first album breakdown.
Yeah.
I want to do one with you on Sam Kinnis's album. Just us listen to it, like talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do Louder Than Hell. Do you know Louder Than Hell you can't get on CD? Because it was so homophobic that the people at Warner Brothers, they put it out on cassette, but then they never released it on CD. When CDs came on, they're like, fuck that fat slob.
Wow, really?
Yeah, dude. People forget. Let me tell you.
How much you had to overcome.
I was around during the PC days of the 80s. We're in a PC war right now. Seems like it's just the battlefield. It's just gone crazy. Like there's more bombs going off PC-wise than ever. People are so invested in the idea of controlling behavior and telling people what to do. But back then, it was happening too for a while.
Yeah, remember the
rap music.
Yeah,
Tipper Gore, Al Gore's wife.
Al
Gore's wife was trying to make it
free
illegal.
speech, but there's some things that go too far.
Yeah, she was trying to ban rap music.
Yeah.
And so things got real weird.
It's the same language over and over again.
MTV banned Dice Clay for life because he told some joke about girls in their period or something.
Well, I'd love to hear what that joke was and see if we can actually was he that bad?
Listen, that's a goddamn badge of courage for a guy like Dice. He just gave him a gold medal.
That's all it really does.
For him, he doesn't give a fuck. That guy legitimately doesn't give a fuck.
That goes everyone.
He walks around, he makes videos walking around the supermarket talking about his haircut. I got this new haircut. What do you think? I'm gonna make another video. This fucking haircut. That guy doesn't give a fuck. He like literally is just doing whatever Dice wants to do, wandering through the world, hanging out with his kids. So like for him, like getting banned from MTV is probably the greatest thing ever. This is it. Look at his jacket. Look at his fucking jacket.
Wow, that bravado there.
Look at him. Come on, man.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is incredible.
Was nuts, bro.
He was the best.
What the fuck? He looks just like a zebra.
I'd like to welcome you to this event. My name is Dice. I'm here to say I was born in Brooklyn, Sheepshead Bay. Come a long way to make you smile. I'm gonna do it different, gonna do it Dice style.
What is the? Is this playing on YouTube or is it not?
Dude, rewind that. Look how fucking nervous he is. Rewind that. Rewind 10 seconds. Look when he pulls his hand around. Look at him shaking.
I'm here to say I was born in Brooklyn, Sheepshead Bay. Come a long way to make you smile. I'm gonna do it different, gonna do it Dice style.
You see him shaking?
Yeah,
Dude, it's all bravado, and then he's like, shit, I'm doing this.
What's in the bowl, bitch? Oh!
That was the weirdest kind of comedy that you could do it and they knew what you were going to say and they wanted to hear it. He's a complete original. Complete original. If you just like, people look at him like, oh, brutish and disgusting, just dirty jokes and misogynist. All those things are true. But you've got to realize that he revolutionized, like he did something. He broke through.
Yeah. He made it rockstar style.
If you just look at it completely objectively, forget about the artistic merits of it, he did something very different. He figured out a way to do comedy that people legitimately laughed at, even though they knew it was coming.
Yeah.
That hadn't been done before. That hadn't been done like that. Never.
No, you're right.
Never. No one yells out the punchlines in front of the whole crowd. What's in the bowl, bitch?
Yeah.
He needed the money. Oh! Everybody wanted to hear the things that he had already said, which never existed before. He could fucking tour with that original act right now, and people would be super satisfied.
Let's say along with him.
He said, fuck yeah, Dice could do 10,000-seat arenas with that original act. What's in the bowl, bitch?
There's not much that goes that way.
Comedy-wise, nothing. It's the opposite of regular comedy.
It's the here or there, but not much. Chrysler's machine thing.
Yeah, but he forces that on people.
I saw Gaffigan at Moon Tower once, and he did 45 minutes. Fine, was great,
and then he does the old stuff.
Yeah, then he was like, he introduced it like that. He goes, yeah, I'll probably just go back to my hotel.
When I say Bert forces it on people, let me explain what I'm saying. Like that's his signature thing. I don't mean it like in a negative way, but I mean like he's scared to not do that. Yeah. He wants to do that. He wants them to know him as the machine. He wants to do that bit everywhere. Yeah. And he feels like they get upset if he doesn't do it. So in his head, like he's forcing it on them, they're forcing it on him, and it's like he's developed this. Everybody knows that if you're a fan of Bert Kreischer, you know the bit. It's a fucking amazing bit.
He says, "You want to see this?"
Yeah, but he's like, "Do you want to see them?" And then
he's so worried about them getting upset if they don't hear it. He's not at all concerned with how they feel about him pledging $10,000 at Children's Hospital and not doing it at all. I don't want to get in. Let's move on.
Let's move on. One of the best trolls about all time.
Him on Children's Hospital. I agree. Let's talk about you, Joe.
It's like, don't you think that that's a different thing? When you have a bit, like a signature bit you do every time you go on stage and people expect to hear it, that's a different thing.
Different thing, yes, than regular stand-up.
Comedy is like when I'm watching your set, like say if you have a new bit and I haven't seen it before, I get excited because I don't know where you're going. Yeah. And you're taking me down a road, and then you take a left turn.
Some comics can do that though. Bobby Lee, it's just goofy. You just want to see him do it.
Yeah.
There's certain comics that are just like, I don't know, I just like seeing this over and over.
Well, that was always the case in Boston. Boston, like all the headliners would do the same act forever.
I know, that's why I fuck all them.
Well, that's why it fell apart.
Yeah, right.
It only lasted for a little while like that. Yeah.
Eventually it's like, haven't written.
They had the opposite of the internet age approach. Their age approach was you put together a 45-minute set and that's it. And some of them literally only had 45 minutes. They've been doing comedy for decades.
Yeah. Because even with Dice, let's say you compare that to music where everyone's singing along with it. Musicians have new albums, and then you expand that catalog of stuff you can sing along with.
Hopefully. Up to a point.
Up to a point.
Like Rolling Stones. Rolling Stones put some stuff out today and everybody's like, whatever. Yeah, Brown Sugar. Come on, you fuck. Let me see you dance. I heard you can still dance.
Dude, I went to see Rancid at Coney Island, and he said something. He goes, hey, we're gonna do something off the new album. And somebody goes, boo. You know, it's a crowd of like a 2,000. I'm like, and he heard it. He goes, you can boo if you want. I'm still doing it. And then he just fucking went into it.
That's hilarious. this.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah. There's something off the new one. Boo. It's like, fuck
People
off.
are so gross. People are so gross. They don't even like internalize that feeling. They want you to react to it. Boo.
Like there's such a different thing between feeling something and then forcing everyone around you to hear it and then forcing the artist to react to it. There's such the levels of douchebaggishness that it takes to boo. That's critical level. Boo. What a fucking asshole.
He heard it and had to say something because it's such a...
Yeah, he responded, so that guy wins.
In that world of internet trolls.
Dude, if you could say something to the crowd in a perfect moment of silence, you know, where it just naturally comes up, that's audience member fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, you cracked one over the
When
fence.
Patrick Ewing was like, I think playing the Supersonics, this was like way after his prime. He's just traveling out to get a couple extra bucks and try to maybe win a title. And he went down the lane, put up like a finger roll, like half an hour lane, and just kind of went up an air ball, went out of bounds. It was a whistle. Only because it went out of bounds, but everyone thought, is there a foul or anything? And the rest just go, out of bounds. And there's just silence. My friend said he heard this, and somebody just go, retire!
Oh my god.
Yeah. And it's like,
Sports fans are the worst.
they're the worst.
They're the worst. They're the worst when it comes to that shit. It's like they feel like since they have a regular job and they paid a lot of money to come see you do that, you better fucking do it good. This pussy doesn't want to get off the bench.
You name him after your town. That means the town owns you. It's not the fucking LA Rogans, you know? It's the fucking LA Lakers.
Yeah.
And they're putting out a shitty product.
Yeah. God damn it.
Fuck off, Laker fans. How's your season been these last couple years?
Has it been bad?
It's been terrible.
Oh.
It's been terrible.
Look at you. You're very excited.
Oh, I love it.
Almost like nothing else I've seen.
Oh, dude, I love it.
Why do you get so excited?
Of all my sports fans, like fandom, I am at most a Laker hater. Fuck them and all their fucking fans. You guys have one of the worst franchises in basketball. People look at you when you try to recruit them and they go, what the fuck are you talking about? And they leave. Enjoy Showtime, bitches. It's been years since you've been in the playoffs. No draft pick this year.
Wow. This is
Oh, yeah, it's great.
I can't understand
Yeah, the
this.
next big thing is when that rapist gets in the Hall of Fame and all the fucking bloggers here pretend to forget about it again. Fuck all you hypocrites. Fuck you bitches. All of you. Lakers suck. You gotta deal with it.
This is outrageous.
Oh, it's great. How's your team better than yours?
Wow. What team are you?
It doesn't even matter. The point is the Lakers suck.
Oh, okay.
I'm a Pels fan. We made the second round for the first time in
What do you
history.
like? What is it?
Pelicans. New Orleans Pelicans.
How did you get to be a fan of the
Because they started in North Carolina when I was there, then they moved, and then they changed their goddamn name. It's all a mess, but that's my team since day one.
called the Pelicans?
Not me. The wife of the guy who owns it. He owns a good franchise. Is a fucking billionaire, smart guy who makes a fucking living for himself. And he's like, oh, some fucking trophy wife. You want to name the team that all these men have to fucking support?
Is that really what happened?
Yeah, that's what happened.
Very,
It's fucking ridiculous.
very upset. What would you have called it if you were
Anything else. The Bath Mats is a better fucking name than the Pelicans. I had to research all the time of like vicious pelican behavior so I could get behind it a little bit. They are vicious though. They'll eat ducks whole. They'll eat ducks whole. They'll go down there and be next to a duck and go, fuck off.
I'm sure we could watch that.
Oh, it's great.
I'm sure we're gonna watch a pelican eats a duck.
But no one thinks of that. When you think of a pelican.
No, you think of like a cute thing that brings babies.
Yeah. Let's stork. Let's stork.
Oh yeah.
It's eating the duck.
Whoa, back that up.
Back at you just.
Wow, look at that. Look at that seagull trying to get away. Look at that thing battling it out.
He's like, you ain't going anywhere. My beak is made of rubber.
He's just holding on, letting that thing pound on him. That's crazy.
Oh shit, that's a bunch of ducks.
What a evil little fucking animal.
Oh, it's a seagull.
A seagull eats pigeons? Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I got one! Wow, that's dinosaur
Oh my
shit.
god, that is
Oh, he's
crazy.
backing at it.
And all these people just have to watch.
Oh, these little kids on fucking bicycle boats.
This is nuts. I did not know seagulls did that. Seagulls murk pigeons and eat them. This is fucking nuts.
Oh my god, look, his feathers all falling off. This pigeon's like, wait, what? We're
This is
birds, bro.
nuts.
We're both birds.
Oh, he almost got away. Look at this.
Is he gonna try to drop him?
He's trying to get away. Look at him.
I found a decapitated.
You found a decapitated one? Decapitated. Oh, You know, it's usually owls that do that thing.
What attack other?
Like the fucking heads off. Oh, hawks. I'm sorry. Yeah, hawks do it though. There was what happened there? Did the bird get away? He got away?
I don't think he got away. I think that was right after the second.
But it seems like he got away.
Yeah,
Did he flew away?
Yeah, I believe that. That bird was fine.
Watch, hold on. No, he's fucked up. He's fucked up. Look, see?
He's swimming away. That thing's right after him. He ain't going anywhere. That seagull's walking like Jesus on top of the water. Fucking over it.
I know, with those giant feet.
No chance that it does.
But they can kind of like almost walk and use their wings. They can run on the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. What would you give up? Would you give up hearing or eyesight?
Here, you can't do like sight. Well,
Do this one. Swallow the whole duck. That is fucking insane, dude.
oh, the other duck's trying to drive him off.
The other duck's mad. Like, come on, give me back my
Come
friend.
on, damn it. He's down. He's in there.
Give me back my friend. Swallow it. One more time. Let me see that again. Look at that. Just grabs him. Look at the size of that fucking beak on that thing. What a creepy animal.
Yeah.
Look at it kicking inside of his body. I'm full now. Thank you. I'm full. Pelican eats pigeons. Same Chinese park. That's dark. I bet he does that every day. But it looks like a monster.
He looks like a monster. Those don't look like normal animals. That looks like an Australia type animal.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a shoebill?
No.
They're the creepiest bird ever. They're a bird that lives in the Congo in Africa. It's a fucking prehistoric dinosaur bird. And there's a video from the Congo. Look at that thing. There's some creepy head-on pictures of it where you go, what? Like that picture.
Oh my gosh.
that one. That thing is a hatchet for a face, man.
That, by the way, is pretty much the Pelican's logo.
Well, they should have made it the shoebills.
Yeah, they should have made the
shoebill
shoebills.
fucking bird, man. There's videos of these things.
Oh, what's it doing? Oh, it's a gift. It's a gift. Oh my god. It's shifting its head back and forth.
When you look at its mouth is like a giant pair of scissors. It's a creepy fucking animal.
Where do they live?
No Congo. They're 5 feet tall, too. It's a giant-ass bird. So that's a Bobby Lee-sized bird.
Wow.
That's a small one. There's a crazy video of one in
Bobby
the Congo
Lee-sized bird.
eating a snakehead. They don't weigh that much. Birds are pretty light. Watch how they walk. Just look
Little nothing legs.
There was a thing that was in North America millions of years ago, at least 1 million, I think. They were called terror birds.
Oh. Terror birds?
Yeah, they were enormous, 7 feet tall, enormous birds. And some of them were even bigger than that were predatory. They were flightless birds that lived in North America. Huge.
Really?
Yeah, like a Bigfoot-sized bird that would probably eat giant, huge beaks, like beaks that'll literally consume half your abdomen. They were these freaky fucking animals, man. And there was a bigger one even before that, like one that dwarfed that too.
Yeah.
That was millions of years ago. See if you can find that fucking thing.
That's my favorite thing when they do time travel and they go back into prehistoric times and it's all of a sudden like, fuck, everything here will kill me.
Everything.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go.
I saw Jurassic World yesterday.
How was it?
It's fun. There's definitely some cut the shit moments where it doesn't make sense. It doesn't want it, but you have to have those to make one of those movies.
I'm starting to appreciate movies on just dumb fun.
This is what they looked like.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that fucking thing. So that was running around. I think it was a North American animal too.
That looked like it was running after a car.
Look, so it's chasing after elk and shit. But go to that upper right-hand drawing, the upper right-hand one. It shows you how big they were. They were fucking enormous.
Oh wow, way bigger than a human.
Yeah. And then there was ones that were even bigger than that. Those are the two biggest ones.
I like this one because they put the human, like the outline of the human, but he's holding a machine gun.
Yeah, and
they
still
don't know to drive them off.
Could you imagine that thing running? Even if you had a machine gun, you'd be like,
He'd be firing and running.
Yeah. Look how many of them there were. Different kinds of enormous birds. They had giant ostriches and shit.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, that fucking thing, the really big one that's in the foreground with that reddish beak, what a fucking creepy thing that would be if you're walking through a field and you saw this 9-foot-plus tall, freaky-ass bird staring at you. It doesn't even fly. It's just an armless eating machine. I mean, you can call it a bird, but they can't fly. They don't have any wings, really. They're weird. They have giant talons. What they are is a fucking dinosaur, right? There's some weird-ass dinosaur that made it to 2018. You know, that's like a big theory. That's a big thing that's being debated amongst...
birds or dinosaurs?
Yeah. They really think that it's quite possible that a lot of those dinosaurs had feathers.
Yeah, and became birds?
They are birds, yeah. Like all over their body. They were like when we look at a T-Rex, they might have been covered in feathers.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Yeah, we don't know. They know some of them definitely were, though. They're finding some of them covered in feathers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
These mics are great.
They're not bad.
It still picks you up, like way back.
It's pretty good.
But not really.
But it doesn't pick up too much bullshit in the background. We've tried other ones that like pick up shit in the background too much. Like if you moved some things over here, it would be
like
too
pops.
loud. Yeah, some of them are, Jamie, you can explain. What are the ones that are like, they literally pick up every sound in the room?
Well, it's like the pickup pattern and whatnot. The preamp on this isn't up very loud.
Oh.
It's up loud, but it's not. So yeah, this mic needs a preamp because it has a very low nominal level.
I don't know what that means at all. I am in podcasting and I have no idea what you're talking about.
Jamie's dropping some audio knowledge, son.
I just want a mic to be able to do the thing where you talk like you're in a car driving by a line where you're like, hey, everybody, maybe later we'll go to the store and then we'll get... How did that sound? That's supposed to sound like it drops off.
That was a drive-by.
Do that with a pan. I could do that right now, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but you'd have to do that with software. You wouldn't be doing that with just the microphone.
The mixing, yeah, not with just the microphone, correct.
No.
Yeah.
That's the worst when you think you're fucking getting the line and you like yell something at them, but then when you're in the line, you realize all you hear is, yeah,
you can't hear shit.
Yeah. What do you say?
If you yell, you have to actually get your body out the window and yell.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, the sound's just coming out in a weird way, weird boxy pattern.
You remember Dirty Work?
Dirty Work.
The movie?
With
Norm and Artie.
Yeah.
He does that to a line. He fucking moves him. He moves the line, Artie, and then he just pulls over. And Artie's like, I was supposed to keep driving. Sorry, everybody.
Did you see the pictures of Artie?
I've been seeing Artie. I haven't seen him around.
His nose is all fucked up.
It's caved in.
Well, I guess he snorted something and he got an infection.
That makes sense.
His nose was huge. It was weird.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's like, wow.
Yeah, look at it right there.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah. What is going with Artie Lang's nose?
Yeah, something's happening.
He's such a good guy.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He's a really good food guy.
Is he really? I can believe that.
He's real good.
He's more than anybody, like, refused to accept that he's famous, so he just, like, walks around normal, and then people start recognizing, oh, yeah, he kind of, like, goes away, but, like, just goes into normal environments all the time.
He's a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
Really is. Really good guy.
Yeah, he is. Not making 2020.
You don't think so?
No way. He has no desire to quit. He's riding it out.
Did he quit for a while?
I think every once in a while, I don't really know. I think every once in a while, like he gets claimed for reading, but it's like he doesn't really. He just wants to pull it back a little sometimes. Right. He's never gonna be one of those guys like, yeah, I haven't touched his stuff in 5 years.
Yeah.
I don't think he's interested in that. He's enjoying himself.
That's what Mitch Hedberg's doing.
What?
They're trying to get him. I like it.
Yeah. It's like when you tell people to quit smoking, like, I'm not desiring quitting right now. You guys.
Yeah. It's a hard pill for people to swallow that don't do it.
Yeah.
Come on, just quit. You should just quit.
Dude, when you see those gacked out people on the sidewalk in New York, you know, just fucking standing up, you know, dosed out or something like that, just like, you know, nodding off, you know, whatever, daytime, wow, they were fucked up. But now that I've done enough drugs, you realize that they're loving it right now. They are having the best time. They're peaking. It looks shitty, but they're peaking. When they come to with shit in their pants and nowhere to go, that ain't the best. But right now, it's their fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, tweaking. Yeah, their experience is amazing.
Yeah.
They're hearing Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Oh, God. Lucy in the sky.
Just tripping.
Oh, I forgot to tell you this.
What?
So So when I was having some pretty good bouts, I was asked and watched some people dance. Killers, by the way, fucking killer. So I'm you see stuff, and like you're out there on psychedelics, the truth, they call them universal truths, where you just you're like, yes, that is real, that is right, 100%. And it's hard to bring that shit back into this realm, you know, to understand it.
Trying to get us kicked off YouTube? What are you doing, man?
That's a car. So it's hard when you come back to like, oh, I saw the truth of something, and then it's like, you can't express it. And when people come back when they're around you, they say something, and you're like, what? And they're like, they realize they get frustrated, they're not saying it right, and then it's slowly going away.
Yeah.
So when I was there in that place, sometimes I try to remember, like, when you get back, say this to this person. So that state told me to tell you that Eminem is one of the realest MCs. I'm not going to argue with it. I don't know what exactly it means. But it was like...
that could be a funny bit, dude. There's a funny bit in there, like, about how, like, some things are just, in the moment, they seem so profound. And then when you sober up, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Eminem is one of the realest MCs. Well, I would agree with that. I would say he's very, very real. Seems fairly real. Yeah, right?
Yeah. As I heard it, I was like, that's going to sound dumb in the real world. But I was like, all right.
What did you think of that BET Music Awards thing he did where he, like, freestyled in the garage? Nobody liked it, right? Well, no, some people liked it. Some people liked it. The anti-Trump thing.
Everybody gets old.
It was interesting. All these artists get old. Yeah. But he was, you know, he was angry, and he had all of his friends around him. Yeah. That was the weird thing. Like, why are all those dudes just standing?
Kissing up?
No, they're all just hanging around these cars, like in a circle. They're all waiting while Eminem raps. So he's got, like, all these...
It's the rap cypher. That's what they all take turns.
Oh, really?
They all did it?
That was Eminem's turn, yeah.
But where's the other ones? The videos of the other guys too?
I'm sure there's other guys like, mine was far better.
So one guy steps forward. I need to understand rap culture better.
Yeah,
I definitely almost said rape culture.
You know, they go hand in hand.
Like BET award show thing.
Oh, that's how they do it?
They do it at the BET award show. It's like a thing.
Well, they find a fucking parking lot and go do it there?
Not necessarily parking lot, but different areas. Yeah, different groups of different labels maybe.
Yeah.
Would have taken this.
Put up their own guys.
It's called Keeping It Street.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's interesting.
You obviously are not street. God, you don't know anything.
What are you going
That's
to
why
do?
they had to tell you that Eminem was one of the realest MCs. I already knew. He keeps it street. But that thing was interesting. It's like when people, you know, when you create this big explosion, this attack on someone or something like that. It's always fascinating to me to watch that go down. What's someone doing? What's happening here?
What was your take on
It wasn't his best work.
Right.
You know, I mean, I think he's an amazing rapper. Like, some of his shit from the past is fucking incredible.
But his freestyle?
Well, first of all, I'm not feeling that gold chain. Jamie's like, but that.
Well, I was going to say, not really freestyles anymore. It's nothing to freestyle. It's just not.
I don't even think those freestyle things are freestyle. I feel like you made up a lot of those.
Oh, yeah, it's all practiced, man. I like the Cadillac in the back, I'll tell you that. I got a boner for that Cadillac on the right. Yeah, that looks like, what is that, like a 70-something Cadillac? That thing's fucking beautiful. Oh, I love those things. I don't give a fuck about this rap. That Cadillac is the shit. I got a boner for old cars, dude. I'm one of those old dudes who likes looking old cars.
Did you see that rap where it's like, I think who it was, but it was like saying from the white point of view about performing black people, and then from the black point of view about performing white people. There's a video of somebody like lip syncing pretty well. It's like redneck dude. It's like black people always complain about this and this. And goes back.
But the problem with black people and white people is that people say black people and white people.
Yeah, instead of just people.
Yeah, instead of just people. I was watching this video. It's an annoying video. This lady calling the cops and this little 8-year-old black girl who's selling water. You've seen it? Viral video.
Yeah.
Viral video.
She's not supposed to sell water.
She's calling the fucking police. She's saying selling water without a permit, and her mom videotapes her and puts it up and makes it viral. And that's one of those videos where everything's in the right place. The white lady is overweight. She's just angry looking,
exactly like you are.
overweight white lady. The little black girl is as cute as a button. the mom is talking to her in a way that's like not too aggressive. She goes, she out here calling the police on a little girl trying to sell water. We see you, boo. Like she's not being horrible.
Yeah.
And everything just fell into place to this like perfect example of like what's happening. Like, is this racism or is this someone who's just complains about everything? Would she be doing that for an 8-year-old girl?
Yeah, you don't know.
That's white.
I hear the argument a lot. Like, you wouldn't do this if it was a man. You wouldn't do this if it was a woman. You wouldn't do this if it was black. But it's like, you're not basing on any set of... It's just like one example versus one example.
Well, you're not proof. There's no proof.
I worked at the Beverly Hills Chamber of Commerce. And whenever somebody wanted new seating, like sidewalk seating, they'd just get through it. But all it would take was one housewife from the area to get a stick up their ass about the rules and say, no. And like, it'll be done by 8 p.m. There won't be any hurt on the people around us. We'll clean up. And if she goes no, then it's like 24 more hoops to jump. You know? And it's just because these housewives have nothing to do better than to enforce rules. So, could be that. Could be fuck these black kids. I don't have any idea.
She was on the on an interview talking about it, which is a terrible.
The white chick?
Yeah, and she put all this makeup on and everything, which is also terrible.
Like Baby from the Drew Carey show.
It was just not good. Oh my god, you went with a Drew Carey reference. I forgot about her. But the whole thing was, she was saying that she was working and that she had the window open. The little girl was shouting and screaming. She was trying to make it look bad as possible. Yeah, she was a victim. And she said she apologized to both the little girl and the mom, and they won't accept her apology. Well, you know, there's nothing wrong with accepting someone's apology. Clearly, she shouldn't have done that. Like, you shouldn't tell little 8-year-olds not sell water on a hot day. Who gives a fuck? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
I can see also just going, hey, come on, guys, scream by my window.
Yeah, don't
did you take that step first?
Yeah, like maybe she was saying that it was a hot day, and so she had her window rolled down. The kid was screaming, but apparently she didn't talk to them. She didn't talk to the kid, and she didn't talk to the mom. She just called the policeman.
So see, that's a problem. People are so antisocial, they just go straight to like someone deal with it instead of just like, hey, it's like when you get a note in your apartment or saying something. It's like just or the front door, like just come to my apartment. No, just ask once. Just try it humanely once. And then go to the other step.
So they compared her with this white chick who called on the police on the barbecue, and they're the same person. Not really, but yes.
I was like, that would be crazy.
This bitch is
my
just
God.
ruthless.
She's doubling down. She's just going for
But
it.
they look so similar, man. Like in the way, the shape of their body.
It's that housewife, man.
Yep, it's that.
Middle-aged white housewife. It's a fucking shitty, the worst position to be in the world.
There's definitely
nothing
worse.
to do.
Here, look, come on, son.
Yes.
Come on, look at the two of them together. They're both on the phone with these like sexually ambiguous forms. Like you know that that's a woman, but you know, both of them they're overweight. It's just weird. It's weird. They're like clearly. I'm gonna go out on that. I don't think I will say most people that are shaped like that don't feel good.
Don't feel good.
They don't feel good, right? They're upset and stuff.
You ever have somebody screaming about something like you're not supposed to sell water here, but just meet them with like, what happened to you?
Yeah.
Why are you so angry? But you're not supposed to. I was like, sure, okay.
Yeah.
So why are you so mad?
Selling water without a permit.
I got a discussion with someone on Twitter way back about a guy like Brown. I can't breathe. Sound like a Brown. Eric Garner. It was Eric Garner.
Yeah.
And somebody's like, yeah, what you don't understand is I have a business and like let's say I sell cigarettes and somebody's undercutting me with no permits right outside. That really hurts my business. I was like, okay, sure, I'll give you that. Do you think the punishment for that should be choking someone maybe until they can't breathe? And he's like, oh, no, that's too much of a punishment. Like, yeah, okay.
Well, here's the problem with that. The official version of that is that he didn't have any cigarettes on.
He did not?
No, he had nothing. He had nothing. What? Yeah, no, he had nothing. Well, they had arrested him before for that, but he was clean. So all that
cigarettes.
He was telling them, leave him the fuck alone. It was like, you're all always out here fucking with me, just leave me the fuck alone.
And
then they wanted to frisk him, and it was for no reason.
Oh my God, not even cigarettes. If it was cigarettes, it's still too much. It's like, just give me the ticket, bitch.
Yes, they shouldn't touch him. I mean, and he wasn't a violent guy. He wasn't like threatening them in some sort of way. And then they tried to say that it wasn't a chokehold. I mean, bitch, let me put you in that.
Dude, I passed by these two cops, and I wanted to. One was sitting right after that in New York. Like, that's not a chokehold. And I wanted to stop and go, actually, I'm friends with an expert on the subject, and he does say that.
Fucking chokehold. I'll choke you to death like that.
Yeah.
I will choke you to death with that.
I was
It's underneath. Listen, he's got his hands gripped. That is like the same. It's a backwards version of what you call like a Marcelo Garcia guillotine, which means like there's certain guys that are really good at getting the blade of the forearm across your esophagus. It's very painful, and like some of like Amal Easton taught me how to do this. Shout out to Boulder, Colorado. Amal Easton is a jiu-jitsu coach, and he's got a fantastic guillotine. And one of the things about his guillotine is he knows how to get that blade of that bone right into your esophagus. It's horrific. It feels terrible. And they do it like with a high elbow, so you can't escape it. It's an immediate feeling. That guy has his forearm right across that guy's throat. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. If I'm holding that like that, and I'm clamped, and he has his hands clasped together. Can you make it a little bigger? So you can see his right hand. Like yeah, see, but you can still choke someone out, even if his hand. I can't tell if his hands are connected. I think they are. It looks like he's got a hand inside his hand.
Eric Garner's hands are
100%, 100%. And his arm is behind his back, too. But the point is, the guy who's choking him, the way he's doing that, you could choke a guy like that with one arm. You don't even have to have that right arm in play. If he's got that left arm underneath the neck like that, all he has to do is hook the back of the head, or the shoulder rather, the traps. If your arms are
from San Jose. You got somebody in
Jake Shields?
Yeah, you can get somebody in one arm guillotine.
Yeah, Jake can do anybody like that. Tito Ortiz did that in the UFC before. He choked somebody out with a one-arm guillotine. Luke Rockhold did it to Michael Bisping. He got him in a mounted one-armed guillotine.
I mean, here's the problem. Why don't the other cops ever go, hey, Tony, that's enough?
Yeah, listen, man, that's a goddamn chokehold. I know chokeholds. I commentate them on for a fucking living. That's a chokehold. And if you don't think it's a chokehold, let me put you in it. Let me put you in it. Let's see how long you last. That's a fucking chokehold.
Have you been... I'm allowed to bring up here.
What?
That guy's been calling you out. Have you talked about it?
Alex Jones?
No, that fighter.
Which one?
What?
Colby?
Yeah.
Listen, Colby's funny, man. I know Colby, and I also know very well one of Colby's really good friends is my friend Cam Haynes.
Really?
They live in the same town.
Why is he so
He's funny.
with you?
Because it's good.
It is good.
It's good.
You really got to choose to be heel or hero, and I would always go heel.
He's all heel.
It's so much more fun going heel.
You know what's really hilarious? Chael Sonnen's mad that I talked about what he does.
What Chael does?
No, that I talked about what Colby does. I go, he's having fun. I go, he's playing up the role of the villain, and he's selling pay-per-views.
And why is he mad at you? Because you're taking
I'm
away
giving
the
up the secrets of the business. It's so ridiculous. Meanwhile, he's giving up the secrets of the business by talking about me giving up the secrets of the business. It's the dumbest shit of all time. I can't tell if it's a work. I can't tell if what he's doing.
If Chael's doing?
Yeah, if he's fake upset.
There was a point where Chael was the best trash talker in sports.
Ever.
Yeah.
No, he was phenomenal. He still is. But the idea that you bring up the fact that he's a trash talker.
When I walk into the octagon, it's thunder. When Anderson Silva walks in, it sounds like a mouse pissing on cotton. It's like, what the fuck? I've never lost a fight in my life. I've never lost a round of. I've never lost 1 second of one fight in my life. And the thing was like, what about here where you can fucking stop?
It didn't matter. He just kept going. I loved it. It was beautiful. He's a smart guy, but he's also getting us to talk about it and getting us to talk about his show, which I'll give him a plug right now because I'm sure it's great. So Ariel Helwani and Chael Sonnen have a new show called Ariel and the Bad Guy, and it's you got to get that ESPN.
Chael the bad guy.
Yeah, he's the bad guy. He's great at it.
He's great at it.
Listen, he ranted and raved about us for like 10 minutes, and then Brendan responded, and he came back with another 20 minutes. You don't ever talk about the business. First of all, I have to, because my job is to call what I see. My job is not necessarily, even when I'm promoting things, if I'm promoting things, I'm calling what I see. If I say Francis Ngannou is the most terrifying heavyweight contender ever, I say that because that's what I see. I see him put Alistair Overeem into fucking orbit.
I can see a side of it. Like, you just talk about the fighting part. That's what you're expert at.
I talk about whatever I want to talk about.
Listen, here's the deal, Chael. Here's what you should understand. You stick to fighting and promoting, and let intelligence, leave that here to intelligent people. You're out of your class, fucking deal with it. Uneducated, you're a high school dropout and you know it. You're good at trash talk, and that's it. Move on with your life. What? No, he didn't. He fucking dropped out of high school early, like sophomore year.
No.
No, that guy's dumb, bro.
No.
Yeah, Chael sounded dumb.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Have you ever
check
talked
it?
to him?
You check? Yes. I
Dude,
think very intelligent.
he's 2 points above retarded.
Oh.
That's fact. That's fact. You can look that up.
What are the points? What points do you get when you got a real issue? What
Keep in
points
mind,
do you just
okay, the
fucking
line that
stupid?
they have medically is like if you are barely retarded, you're still not really retarded, but
We
like
should be more politically correct without using that word.
mentally retarded. Trans-tarded.
Oh, you can't say that. You can't say that. It's illegal.
Is that trans-tarded?
Yeah, if, depending on who's president, you get arrested. Coming for it. I like Chael. I like what he does. I have to talk about the fact that someone's talking shit to build up, but it doesn't stop someone from talking shit. It also makes it more fun to watch. I know what the fuck it is, and I like it. People are gonna like it. It makes it more interesting. It makes it look. Rafael dos Anjos went into that octagon with the weight of not just fighting Colby with his considerable skill set, because Colby beat him from fucking round 1 to round 5. Most rounds were controlled by Colby's pressure. Most moments. Dos Anjos is a killer. He had some very good moments in the first round, but Colby overwhelmed him. There's no doubt about that. So he has the skill on top of that. But part of what was interesting about it was Rafael dos Anjos came into there with the weight of all the shit that Colby had been talking. That stuff, you carry that, man. Aldo carried
That's what
that
Aldo was with the Connor.
like a lead vest.
He jumped in. What are you doing?
Dude, like he had a lead vest on him. The anger he had, he just wanted to smash Connor.
Oh my God.
And Connor slid out of the way and just
Right away. Like, what are you doing?
dropped the left hand on his chin. It was one of the most artistic expressions of shit talking, manifesting, and outside the box behavior. Loss of composure. He lost his composure.
Yeah, he really did. It was crazy.
He just got super hyper aggressive, and he ran right into a perfectly placed left hand. But Anderson and Chael had that too. I mean, Chael, he frustrated Anderson so
He frustrated
bad.
him more with what he was doing in the octagon.
I'm saying first, he talked crazy mad shit. See, for people to appreciate Chael as a fighter, what I say is, you've seen some really good fights, and he's had some recent wins that are very good.
Yeah.
He beat Rampage, that's a big win. But if you go back, watch him fight Nate Marquardt, because Nate Marquardt was in his prime. He would come over from Strikeforce. He was at that time was he just leaving Strikeforce? He went to Strikeforce and became their welterweight champion. He became their 170 over there. He beat Tyron Woodley in this crazy fucking KO sequence where he blasts him with an elbow and hits him with an uppercut. It's one of the greatest KO sequences of all time. I'll play this for you. Let me just say this. Nate Marquardt, at one point in time, was one of the best, if not the best, mixed martial arts fighter in this country.
Just couldn't get by Sanders.
He never found the UFC during his right moments in his prime. He had already had a shitload of fights outside the UFC by the time he got here, and I think he was probably a little compromised by the time he got here.
Josh Barnett's like that.
Yeah,
Although he never really fought.
Well, he won the title in the UFC when he was 24. He's the youngest ever UFC heavyweight champion.
I mean, that's clearly wrong.
Josh fought a bunch of times in the UFC during one stint, and he got KO'd by Pedro Hizzo. He beat Brandon Couture for the title. Josh was a beast, man. Josh was a fucking beast. He really was. But so was Nate Marquardt. And Chael fought Nate Marquardt when Nate Marquardt was very close to his prime. They went to war. They went to fucking war. And Chael dominated him.
Really?
Chael dominated him. Yeah, and he dominated him with his wrestling. His wrestling, because he talks so much shit, because he seems so silly when he says, "I've never lost a second of any round in any fight." This is the KO sequence with Nate Marquardt and Tyron. Dude, Nate Marquardt was a fucking assassin at one point. I know guys that train with him. They say, "Dude, I never saw Nate lose a fucking round." It just never came together perfectly in the UFC. Watch this KO sequence. This is insane. By the way, he's fighting Tyron Woodley. Boom, he catches him. Watch this. Watch this elbow. Boom. Here it comes. Oh, this is not the sequence. This is the sequence towards the end.
Oh, you're fired, Jimmy.
Yeah, this is not the sequence where it was the KO. See if you can just get right to the KO.
I thought I had it right.
This was, by the way, very different Tyron Woodley, I should say, too. This is pre-Duke Rufus. This is Tyron when he was just coming off of wrestling. Here it is. So you heard him with that right hand, and he comes in and he catches him with a big elbow. This would have been way better if it was just queued up to the KO. Isn't there just the KO sequence? Because I know I've seen it like just as a clip on YouTube. Just scoot ahead a little. There, right there.
Mark was right for a while.
Dude, telling you. So this fight, boom, look at this. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, man. That's video game. Play that back. That's video game shit. That's video game shit. That's one of
every one.
And again, this is Tyron Woodley. He's a fucking stud.
I'm not doing it to a fucking
boom, boom.
Oh, I'm on the way down.
That shit is insane. That's an insane KO. So Chael dominated that dude.
Wow.
And dominated him when he was in this era. Tell me what year was this fight and what year was Chael's fight against him in the UFC? So Chael had some serious skill too, particularly with his wrestling. Yeah. So people, you know, but the trash talking was why he became famous. It wasn't just that. It was,
it was trash talking. That's when I became
just
aware.
Google Nate Marquardt's.
The lead up to that Anderson fight was like nothing I'd ever seen.
Yeah, Anderson
and
Silva.
I saw.
You absolutely suck.
I mean, we saw a bunch of Anderson fights, and we saw a bunch of hype before that, but it was never that. At best, it was like, I'm going to take him down and beat him.
So the Tyron Woodley fight was in 2012, and when did he fight? Chael Sonnen was before that. See, that's how good Chael Sonnen was. He beat that
2 years before.
Before he went over to Strikeforce and became the welterweight champion. Wow. So he fought him in his absolute prime and dominated him.
So many good people. This is Nate Marquardt.
Yeah, dude, he fought everybody.
Dean Lister, Silva, Jimmy Horn,
not KO'd Damian Maia with one punch. Remember?
Damian Maia, Chael Sonnen.
He got lit up by Anderson. Anderson ground and pounded him, I think.
Who, Nate?
Nate, yeah. But Nate, honestly, I feel like Nate at 170 was at his best. Yeah, he TKO'd him, ground and pounded him. At 170, he was at his best. Like, can you see him in the Tyron Woodley fight? Because he was big, but he wasn't too big, he wasn't too bulky, and he was a very powerful guy for that weight class if he kept at that weight class. He lost a lot of fights. Yeah, that's the problem. I think he's retiring. But my point was, it doesn't take anything away from the skill of the guy we're talking about. Talking. It's fun. It's a fun aspect of what it is that you have to talk about. And the idea that he's not making money off of it is preposterous. That's a ridiculous
What do you mean,
argument.
not making money off of it?
He was saying that I said that he was doing it for pay-per-view sales, and he's like, he doesn't get a penny of those pay-per-view sales. That's a ridiculous thing. First of all,
that's what I'm saying. Dude. He's a dumb guy. His trash talk is just from an uninformed point of view. It's great because it's like stupidly like into something, but like he's not educated on almost any subject other than fighting.
I think he's a smart guy.
No, I disagree.
I talked to him. I feel like he's very intelligent.
Yeah, well, you're a guinea.
Wow, I am a guinea. It's harsh. Throw it in my face. I look at all the Jews that won Nobel Peace Prizes.
Yeah.
Nobel Science Project. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
What is it? Nobel Prizes for Science won by more European Jews than I think any other race.
Yeah. Is it surprising?
True? Isn't that true?
Yeah, sounds right. Than any other race?
Any other obvious classification. It's never Sicilian Italians.
Yeah, the word's out, man. You're smart.
What is that about?
I think it's just honestly like stuff Jimmy the Greek was talking about, but like in a positive way. We're just our brains. First of all, okay, we're bred for that. We don't have any outside genes.
Right.
So like, you know, some dogs are super like loyal.
Right.
Bred. Yeah, we're just intelligent. Everything else is falling apart. Intelligence is for them.
There might be something to that. Why is it racist? Is that? Why is it racist?
It's not racist to say we're smarter. It's racist to say something is less smart.
Right. Less. Yeah.
But no, we're the smartest ones. Maybe so.
Maybe the Chinese are. Well, you know, Asians, this is what's really crazy.
Yeah.
There's a real issue right now with Asians and university enrollments, particularly in Harvard. They discriminate against Asians.
So many apply.
Because so many are kicking ass.
Yeah.
They're
they discriminate against to get them out of there.
Yeah, and there's like real talk about how this is crazy because Asian people this is a generalization and I'm trying not to be racist, but generally speaking, Asian students are known as working very hard, and they're very dedicated, and they're very successful, and their representation is overwhelming in terms of their numbers in the population. And
For sure, they're killing it.
Yeah, they're killing it.
Yeah.
And because of that, and their mindset is to just work really hard. It's not to protest things and not to shut things down. It's just to work
they're
really
in the
hard.
library during all those protests. They're just in the library.
So
The Indians.
while this is all happening, I'm not saying that they're not socially conscious, but while this is all happening, they're not protesting it the way maybe other groups that felt marginalized, whether it's people of color or trans people or gay people, whatever it is that don't feel represented or discriminated against. They would be shutting down, conferences and yelling down speakers and shouting out in the hallway. But the Asians, the whole reason why they kick ass is because they don't spend any time on petty bullshit.
They're just like, get done,
So because of that, Harvard is saying, hey, we're going to be racist against you because we know you're not going to comply.
Wow, what?
Look at this.
What?
Pull this up, Jamie. I want you to pull up Asian students harder to get into Harvard lawsuit.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. And it's not a small amount they're discriminating. They're making their grades considerably higher in order to gain acceptance.
Really?
Yes. Wow. Yeah.
I mean,
so
is that because of a natural breakdown?
you can't slow one down.
Then
okay?
that just means Harvard would have less productive graduates?
It doesn't make any sense. It's a crazy way of thinking, but it's all in this idea of diversity. Like, instead of treating people as individuals, instead of just saying human beings, you have to have each class represented by a certain amount of people.
That's nuts.
But it's not anti-race. It's like, it's not a racist idea to want everybody to be treated as one. It's just, it can be done with an eye on avoiding all possible racism. It can be done to treat people purely as individuals. Here's the worst way that can ever be done. The worst way is you tell the most successful people who are complaining the least that they have to work harder. You are getting fucked by your genes. The people in your past, in your group, your little gene pool, too good. You're doing too good in school, so we're gonna make it harder than it is for my kids.
That's nuts.
That's literally what people are doing. Because if they didn't, Harvard would be like all Asians. Asians would be dominating. And the very reason why they think they can get away with this. Lawsuit accuses Harvard of discriminating against Asian American applicants in personal ratings.
Personal ratings.
I don't know what it is, man. They're making it more difficult. It says Students for Fair Admissions has accused Harvard of intentionally discriminating against Asian American applicants by limiting their admissions numbers. So they're limiting the numbers of
only
Asians.
this many Asians.
Yep, only this many Asians.
And by the way, that's super hard for, like, let's say, like, Vietnamese or not the Chinese or Japanese, Asians.
Yeah, we should say we don't know if this is true. We should say, just to be really clear,
it's just a lawsuit.
This is a lawsuit. We don't know if this is true. But this is the argument, and this is the argument that many, many, many people have made. Now, I haven't really personally researched this, but I know a lot of legitimate intellectuals have brought this up in debates and conversations, and they're saying, look, this is an issue. This is essentially, sanctioned racism against one group because they're too effective. So you're limiting the number.
Or you're saying we're trying to get more of an emphasis on extracurriculars.
You shouldn't get in or out based on being Asian or based on being European. That's crazy. You should get in or out by you having merit and you being a worthy student. And difficult schools like Harvard are supposed to be difficult. And if the cream of the crop all comes from Asia, shouldn't we look at what the fuck we're doing here that we can't compete with them? I mean, what is it? Do we want to compete with them? I mean, is it too much? Are they requiring too much of their life to be successful with their schoolwork?
I mean,
that's the thing too. If you're going through college,
they saying that we want a normal life? Want to live your normal life too?
If you're going through college and everything you're doing all day is studying, and you might have like some fucking shitty part-time job somewhere to make some money for food, and then you're studying more, right? Maybe you have a part-time job a lot of people. So if you think about all that,
that's not the kind of life I want for my kids.
That's a crazy life, man.
No way.
And especially with some of the things are just for 4 years. Some of the things it's not anything you're really interested in, but you have to get it on. You have to, you have to have a fully balanced education. So you have to take classes you're not even remotely interested in. And you have to do it. And it's this one way, and this is how we can assure that you have enough knowledge that we can give you a piece of paper that says you're. And the Asians are
killing it. They are killing it. Like, that's the game? Okay. I'll play within those rules.
Well, we're just going to work 20 hours. Dude, my friend, Junksy, I think I've told you about him before. He was a U.S. national taekwondo team member. When I was like...
Who's Junksy? Indonesian?
Junksik Chang. He's Korean. Oh. He was going through his fucking residency. He was going to be a doctor. Going through his residency and training for the national team. And he was running stairs. running stairs into school. In between studying, he would do studying, then he'd run the stairs.
How are you gonna hold a guy like that back?
Dude, you couldn't hold him back. He slept 4 hours a night.
That's true. That's the same shit as like.
He was always tired.
Yeah.
He was always tired
Because he works hard. So fucking
He
win.
didn't give a fuck. He was always tired. He would just show up exhausted and kick ass. And he wasn't physically talented either. This guy made it to the nationals, and he became a national champion, and he wasn't even like really physically talented. He wasn't like some freak athlete that just moved super fast. He's just fucking unbelievably smart, unbelievably hard worker. But I saw the way that guy was living, as he was like, I was a couple of years younger than him, and he was going through his residency and training and doing all this crazy shit at the same time. And I was like, I'm exhausted just watching him. Like, I can't see how this could be worth it. To do all those things, to do one of those things, maybe. That's what I want to do. I want to do one of those things. But you're doing two of those things. He was doing what I was doing, and then on top of that,
more.
and way more. He's doing schoolwork. I was delivering newspapers and shit.
Yeah, you know what if that's happening, they're just saying like, it's the same thing as like making it so white people get ahead.
It's crazy.
It's like,
You
there's
can't do
loitering
that.
laws now. You're arrested if you don't have a job.
But this is where you can realize that all this stuff is crazy. You're being racist against a minority, and you think it's okay because they kick so much ass.
Because they're powerful.
Yeah,
So you're like, we can take them down. So.
It's literally racist because if you're saying you can only have a certain number of these people in there,
It's crazy.
that's racist. It's got to be. To say, no, we're trying to keep a diverse population.
So
it's
you know
not
what-
a representative population of the best of the best, then.
Yeah. I mean, they should take off any of their names off their application. See what they got.
Yeah. But I guess they probably judge you based on many things, right?
You know, they tried that for the old Daily Show with Jon Stewart.
Just take the names off the
Say,
application.
we don't want to see your names, just your running sample.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Well, here's what happened. They hired only white males. Yeah. And then Jon Stewart was like, okay, I guess going in blind is not enough. I guess we fucked up. He didn't even say like, well, that just shows it's not our fault. It's just fucking randomly. We had 8 people and they happen to be white dudes.
Here's the thing. If you had movers, okay, and you wanted to move furniture, and you tested people for moving furniture, is it okay to hire all men?
Yeah.
It's okay. Why? Because they're physically strong.
Physically.
Right. Now, is it okay to hire someone who you think is going to be the best at the job, or do you have to have a certain amount of women? So you wouldn't expect it from something physical, like a moving company. But why should it be mandatory for something like a creative thing?
Well, it's different a little bit because no one except the client is appreciating the movers. So it's just like, if I'm hiring, I'm the only one. We'll have to deal with it.
Like, say if you were doing a show, like a woman's comedy show.
Okay.
And
Wait, am I me now? Or am I a woman?
you'd have to be a woman.
Okay, go ahead.
And you were a female executive producer, and you wanted to have like a female voice to it. So you
Sure.
wanted to just hire some really funny chicks.
Uh-huh.
And what guy is gonna? I know obviously that it happens way more often the opposite way, where women get discriminated against. But what guy is gonna say, no, fuck that, I want a part of this?
Oh, right.
You know, I should have a job here. You
So
should
a
be equal.
troll will
You should be
want that.
equally represented,
Yeah.
male versus female, because that's what a lot of people feel like when it comes to men and women. Like someone was telling Bert on his podcast that the Comedy Store should be half women.
I know, that lady just, she
trolling?
honestly has no idea what American comedy is all about.
Was she
and
Chell
definitely
Southern
not
in
LA. Yeah, she's speaking in an uninformed way, the way Chell does a lot. I mean, it's ridiculous. Dude, it's not a joke. He's just not that smart. You all can tell that. Whatever. But this woman was the same as Chell, where she was like uninformed and just going full bore.
Yeah.
And she wasn't doing it to promote anything. She was just doing it because she thought it was right. But it's like, oh, you don't really understand how this works. There's a process. Or it's like, I saw a blog once that we need more women in like hiring positions. And it's like, oh, you mean the head of the Comedy Store, the head of the fucking Comedy Cellar, head of New York Comedy Club, Colbert. Like, there's plenty of female bookers. Like, you don't really know. So when you tell them that, then they should go, oh, okay. Oh, I didn't realize that.
Well, there's certain things that people love to say when they've done almost no research on what it actually is.
Yeah. So that
They love
lady,
doing
that
that.
lady had no clue. She just goes, I'm not getting in here. I'm a big comic. I'm not getting in here. It must be, it's just not causation and causality. She goes, it must be because of this.